Hello, creative freelancers and solopreneurs. Welcome to Coaching for Creatives. I'm Aura McKay, the founder of Business of Creativity, and I'm here today to talk to you about permission to have a personal life. So many of us have started down this career path of being a freelancer or a solopreneur based on the idea of, wouldn't it be awesome if we could make a living and have a life doing work that we love? And then what happens? Because many of us are stressed out, burnt out, overwhelmed, disillusioned, not having any fun, certainly not living the dream. So, what actually happens? Why does it start off with the best intention and then end up with overwhelm and burnout? Well, one of the things that happens, and this was a conversation that we were having today in the Business Accelerator Mastermind group, because gang, I don't know if you've ever had the privilege of being able to be surrounded by a network of other people who are going on a similar journey that you are. Often, I think that what happens is that as freelancers and solopreneurs, we believe that we're alone in having the experience that we're having, that somehow the illusion that we see out there in social media is that everybody else is way more successful, way more confident, way more on it, and that somehow we are less than or not enough. And the really great privilege of being in a group like the Business Accelerator Mastermind is that there's 20 other creative freelancers and solopreneurs who are also navigating their own journey through their business. And what was great was today's conversation got brought up about, it feels like I'm never doing enough work on my business. It feels like I never have enough time to actually, have a personal life. It feels like I don't really have permission to have a personal life if my business isn't being wildly successful. And even when it is being wildly successful, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to change anything and take time for myself. And the thing is, gang, that you are the most integral piece of your business. Who we are as individuals. Without us, there is no creative business to be had. Without our energy, without our skills, our creativity, our talents, there isn't a creative business to be had. So this idea that we have to work all the time, or that we're never really doing enough work on our business, I think that sometimes comes from sort of what we see in the media and all the shooting all over ourselves, where we see, here's the high performance habits, here's how you be super productive, here's how you be more efficient and focused and good at things. And there's all this messaging out there about how to be the optimal or the best creative entrepreneur that you can be. And when we have those high standards, those high aspirational standards, sometimes that constant comparing ourselves against those standards can start making it feel like we're never going to be able to work hard enough or do enough work on our business. And that kind of spiral thinking can completely take you out of the game and make it so that this journey that you're on isn't even fun anymore. And the whole reason we are doing this is so that we can make a living and have a life doing work that we love, having it be fun and creative and something that gives us fulfillment. So one of the things that you can look at is, before you just get wrapped up into the day-to-day grind of your life, and before you get swept up in deadlines and having to do this or that, and now you're working in the middle of the night or whatever you're doing, to actually set some intentions around where you're going to invest or spend your time. So what does that look like practically? Well, that looks like deciding in advance, how much of your time, your limited resource of time, do you want to invest in your business? And how much time do you actually have available to invest in your business? And often those things are two different things. So sometimes we're like, I want to give my business 100% and I want to be working on it 60 hours a week. And I'm really committed. And I know if I do more and work harder, then I'm going to get more out of it. Maybe. But the reality might be is that you've got kids that need more of your time. You've got parents or other commitments. You're volunteering, your time with your strata or house maintenance, or now it's fall and you're doing other things with your time, or there's something else that maybe you have commitments for. Or maybe you're aware that your energy is not at the same level that it has been when you've been setting those high expectations for yourself. So it may be that you want to invest a certain amount of time and energy in your business, but that's not actually practical for you to be able to do. So one thing that you can do right now is to just take an inventory of your investments. To take an inventory of your investments. So that means looking at where are you currently investing your time. We, each of us, have 168 hours in a week. And often when we think about investing our times, we think about 24 hours in a day. But I invite you to expand that and to start thinking about that 168 hours in a week. And you might discover that you actually do have a lot of personal time. You might discover that you're already investing in things like relationship and family and health and well-being and inspiration and creative play and all those good, juicy things that life has to give us. You might discover that you're investing in it, but you haven't been focusing on the evidence of awesome, that you've been focusing only on the burden of work. So doing an inventory of your time can actually bring you present to the gift that you already have. Most often though, gang, what happens is my clients realize that they're trying to do 180 hours of stuff in a 168-hour week, or they find that while their intention might be to only be giving their work 40 hours, that they end up giving their work far more of their time. So start by thinking intentionally about what you intend to invest in your business in terms of time and energy. We have finite resources in both. Our energy is not as reliable now in the current pandemic as it has been in the past. And so to have those same expectations, those same shoulds all over ourselves, give yourself some compassion that you may not have the same available resources to invest in your business and invest in your life. So doing that inventory to look at where your investments are currently, setting some intentions about the boundary of how much of your time you're going to devote or invest into your business. And then the last thing that I would suggest to you is schedule in your personal time in advance. Look at your calendar and go ahead and block in dinner with family, block in 2 hours to play video games, block in a walk outside in the fresh air. Prioritize your personal time in your own calendar and then see what you can fit in for work around that. That can start you down the road of creating more of a priority towards your personal life. I always play that game because for me, I want to prioritize my lifestyle and then build the business that's going to support the lifestyle that I want. So my goal is always to prioritize the life that I desire, who I want to be in the world, and then what do I need to do in order to be that person in the world. So hopefully these have been some ideas to help you give yourself some permission to have a personal life, that it's okay to take some time off, that we don't have to be endlessly productive, and that sometimes the work that we're doing now, one of the reasons why it's so draining on us is that we don't actually get the feedback or the return on it for a while down the road. So, posts that you're doing on social media may not get you the immediate kind of energy loop back in a like or a follow. It may end up taking a couple of months for you to really see the value of some of the energy that you're investing. So give yourself permission to have a break. Give yourself a permission to prioritize your personal life and still make time to meet your intentional investment in your own business. I'd love to hear what has been showing up for you in terms of struggling with prioritizing personal time, and any ideas or thoughts that you have to help you give yourself permission to actually have a life while you're making a living doing work that you love. Thanks so much. Look forward to your comments. My name is Aura McKay, and I'm the founder of Business of Creativity. I will see you here next week on Coaching for Creatives at 2 o'clock on Tuesday.